Alrighty, hey everyone. So it's time to calculate our calories and our macros. So that way we actually know how much food to eat to get to our results and our goals. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our browsers, go to a website called tdecalculator.com. So .net, not .com because it won't work. And it's going to come up with a page that looks exactly like this. Very simply, just choose your identity. I'm going to do this for myself. I'm male. I'm going to put my age in here, so I am 33. My weight sitting at 85 kilos at the moment, and if you're not sure, just weigh yourself or let us know. We've got some scales at the gym. My height is 182 centimeters. That's 6 foot, and if anyone else differs, we can definitely have a big conversation about that one. Now, activity level. This is the important one. So if you train 3 to 5 days a week and you sit an office job, you're probably going to be in the moderate exercise to light exercise. Okay, we'll play around with these numbers. Just for instance, I'm going to put office job, sedentary. Okay, if you know your body fat percentage, put that in. I know that I am 15%, and if you're not sure, don't worry too much. Otherwise, we can refer to a little picture on the internet. There's like a little reference picture where it's got like a guide of 8 to 20%, and you can choose which one looks the most, and it's pretty accurate. Otherwise, I can help you out with that one, or we can just leave it blank. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Click calculate. And just wait for this bad boy to load. All right, so what we got here, this is going to pump out your maintenance calories. This is how many calories you need per day doing what you're doing already to stay exactly the same. All right, or an accumulation over the whole week, having some low days, some high days. As long as that number stays at 16,217, you're going to stay the same. If you eat below that, you'll lose weight. If you eat above that, you gain weight. Now, I know for a fact that I need to eat close to 3,000 calories because I train 3 to 5 days a week. So I'm in moderate exercise. So I'm just going to change that, recalculate. It should be about 2,900 and something. We'll just see what it pumps up. All right, 2,992 calories per day is me training anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week, and that is going to keep me exactly the same. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of this page. All right, and this is where we're going to get into our macros. Now, what's your goal? Is it to stay the same? If it is, then we've got our calories at the top there. And these are our macros. Is it to cut or lose weight or drop weight? We click cutting. If it's to bulk, we click this one. Now, our goal for most of us is cutting. So we click cutting. And what it's going to do is it's going to put you into a 500 calorie deficit every single day, which is not too drastic. It is on the aggressive approach, but it's nothing too crazy, all right? And that's going to lead to potentially anywhere from 0.25 to 0.5 grams of body fat a week. Now, that has changed my total calories to be 2,492 calories per day now. So training 5 days a week, if I eat 2,492 calories, I am going to drop weight. Down in these yellow boxes is what we call our macronutrients. It's protein, fat, and carbs. And this is what all of our food is made up of. They are lots of micronutrients. We won't go too much into depth with that one, okay, unless your salt is incredibly through the roof. But, for instance, protein, fat, and carbs. Most of us would choose a moderate carb, okay, which is 30% protein, 35% fat, and 35% carbs. What you can see is I'm going to consume 187 grams of protein a day, 97 grams of fat, 218 grams of carbs. Those numbers there, all calculated together, will equal 2,492 calories per day. The most important number out of these three is making sure that, okay, everyone thinks it needs to be like more low fat, high fat, or low carb, high carb. As long as you get your protein and you keep your total calories at 2,492 or what your number is in your deficit, you are going to hold on to as much lean muscle as possible, and you are going to lose weight, okay? These little numbers here, okay, they're going to affect our recovery, our hormones, and our performance, so it is ideal to get them as close to possible as that. We can have a chat if you are someone who wants to be on a higher carb, lower carb, and all that jazz, and I'm happy to talk you through that as there are individual circumstances. But for the generic Gen Pop, including myself, we are in the moderate carb range, and that is our macronutrients and our calories. Now, If you have any questions, please post in the group. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to assist. It could be quite overwhelming, and there are in the next stages some guides in regards to what we do with these numbers, because we're going to take these numbers, we're going to plug them into MyFitnessPal, so that way we can start tracking our food and we can start seeing what's going on and see where the red flags are and the errors, and start educating ourselves around food and actually trying to build out our perfect day of nutrition around the desired calories that we're trying to hit. Okay. If you've got any questions, let me know.